begin our post-game press conference after today's NSU Delaware State game. We've got head coach Dawson Odums. He's joined to his left by linebacker Tyler Long and to coach's right, quarterback Otto Coons. Coach, if you could start us off.
Tough on the swarm. Good crowd. Great energy. Just we didn't get it done.
Coach, what made Del State's offense so effective?
They ran the ball, they threw the ball. So when you can do that, you're gonna have some success. We had a chance, penalty, kept us on the field on third down, and they made some good plays. We had guys in position, we just didn't make the plays we were supposed to make.
Where do you see the development of the offensive line coming?
We're beat up. I mean, I think when you look at who was out there, you can see the guard was playing tackle, a new guard was playing, a new center was playing. So, that's what happens, late in the year. So we need a bye. It come at a needed time. So hopefully we get some guys back, get healthy, and see if we can play better football down the stretch.
Otto, Del State's defense is, they have, the great stats and whatever, but when you're looking at them on the field, what do you think makes them kind of tough to beat?
They do their assignment. They're where they need to be when they need to be there. So their gap sound too.
For you, you had to run a lot just to escape the pocket and escape the pressure. What's kind of your comfort level with doing that? Is that something that you're fine with, you enjoy, or would you rather just kind of stay in the pocket and throw?
It's whatever the team needs. And rushing three, I knew I was going to have some gaps, so when you need to take off, you need to. So whatever the team needs.
You guys did have that nice three-play drive for the score. What did you see on those throws?
It was just some open gaps, people being where they need to be, us executing.
Coach, how have you seen Otto kind of come along this season?
He's gotten better. He gives us an opportunity to win every time he's out there. We just have some deficiencies and some errors that it's hard for us to overcome as a team, but we understand that. It's tough sledding sometimes. We didn't get going till the second half, and we was able to put a score together, but it's just tough. It's tough to watch. It's tough to be a part of, and we got a lot of work to do in order to get this football team where we wanted to be.
Tyler, similar question that I asked Coach, but I want your perspective. Specifically, their passing offense was very effective today. What do you think made them so effective in that regard?
When you can run the ball, it's easy to throw the ball because everybody gonna come try to stop the run. So that's what we try to do, and they just threw it over our heads. So that's what make it easy when you can run the ball.
Coach, how do you see? Because obviously you got so many new guys and so many freshmen, redshirt freshmen. How do you see them coming along and handling this kind of adversity?
Well, it's growing pains. It's tough, but adversity is going to hit them at some point in time. It's tough for them that they have to play. I mean, look at our injury list. It's long, and that started with when you play Marshall, when you play James Madison. You don't have a body to get well. So, and we got guys that are gone for the season. So it's not like these guys will be back. So the young guys got to play, and that's what we are. We understand that, but we still got to go out and perform, and we didn't do that today.
And to those injuries, obviously two big ones with Toller and Savage being out. Your secondary is really banged up. What can you speak to that and the need for those younger guys to step up in that specific position?
Well, I mean, I think we getting their best, but they haven't played. This is their first year playing, and people know they freshmen. People know they redshirt freshmen. They're attacking them, and they make plays. They just sometimes it be consistency. They be in position, but the experience. Once you get experience under your belt, you're able to make more plays consistently, and you see it. They be up, they be down. You'll see a spectacular play, then you'll see a play like, okay, what just happened? But we understand that. There's no excuses for what happened today. We didn't play the way we needed to play to win, and Delaware State did. Take my hat off to Coach Milstead and his team. They came in here and they executed their game plan. Energy-wise, I think it's easy to have energy when you're making plays. It's hard when there's no flow to the game. It's hard when they score on the defense. It's hard when the offense got a punt. I mean, when you can't put a game together, it's very hard for energy to take place. And with so many young guys having to play, it's hard on the defense, it's hard on the offense when the O-line, You got guys moving in and out. So it was a tough day for us. But we get to the bye week. We played, 7 in a row? That's tough. And we haven't played nobody easy. So the injuries had just mounted up and piled up on us. So that's where we are. So we get this bye week. Hopefully we can get healthy and rest because it's been a grind. This has been a grind. And we're going to work through it to the best of our ability.
Tyler, when you're one of these veteran guys and you see like all these young guys getting their first action, and what's kind of the things that you're trying to tell them to try to keep their heads up and realize that this is just part of the process?
Just play the next play. You know, the current play after the pass, it don't matter. You know, you just if it's a bad play, you make a mistake, just play the next play because the play gonna come back to you. They're gonna come back to you if you mess up. So you gotta make sure you're ready when you come back. So I just tell them to play the next play. Hopefully they keep their mental in the game because they're young, so they don't understand that things gonna happen. Like big plays gonna happen. So you gotta make them trying to get them going, keep them, keep their momentum up.
Otto, I think there's definitely flashes where you can see what this offense is capable of. It's just a matter of putting it all together for a full 60 minutes. So how do you kind of balance being frustrated with not getting the results that you want, but also seeing the potential that you guys still have?
Well, it's the progress, not the result. So I think if we stay on the path, we're executing better every week to an extent. We're getting new guys in, like you said, the injury list long. So I feel like we still execute. We stick to the game plan. We'll be all right.
Coach, I want to ask, how has the team gelled through these first 7 weeks? Because obviously with so many new players, it probably took a little bit longer for guys to kind of get together and build that chemistry. But how do you see that coming along?
I mean, this is tough. It's tough to go out on Saturdays and come back in and 1-6. So, but they come to work. They come to practice. They try. They execute. And they're working their butts off at practice. And it's just that when you have so many injuries, you're depleted in your depth. Like you just don't have subs to go in. I think we lost some more guys today probably. So we're going to see what that looks like. But it's tough. But we're trying to make sure that our guys understand that this is just part of what you got to go through. And I know what it is. We know some of our weaknesses. And we're trying to coach around that. And that means something else gets attacked. So we understand that. We understand where we are as a football team. But it's our energy and our effort that it just wears down. That's why we have to play complementary football. When we do that, we're a very competitive group. When we don't do that, the games get away from us. And that's what you saw today.
And I want to ask you, just on a personal level, how has this been for you? Because, going back through your records, you haven't had a season like this since Clark Atlanta. So just kind of, what is this process like for you?
Which part? 1-6 part?
Yes.
I just know that it's going to turn around. I just know that when you take, let's make sure we understand. Our overall record was 17-6 coming into Delaware State. I only played them once. Today was twice. So you look at the history of the program and the magnitude of the program. Just look at the history overall of the program. So we have to look at overall what is going on with the program in order to say, okay, how can we change it? If we keep doing the same things that we've done previously, you're going to get the same results. I don't care what kind of talent you got. If you keep doing the same things, I'm a new coach. You just alluded to I'm not used to this. You know why I'm not used to this? Because I'm part of processes and things that work together so that it produce a better environment. If that's not going to change, then guess what? You can bring in all the players you want because they've had players here. They've had a laundry list of players. But overall as a program, it's been the same. And we're going to resurrect it. Why? Because we're going to get together in the offseason and we're going to figure out a plan that these guys can execute not only from a practice standpoint. We're going to bring in guys that we can add to a good recruiting class. That's why a lot of freshmen playing. But we understand we got to get some guys that probably have played We need a little bit more playing experienced guys now. So we're going to have a mixed class probably. But at the end of the day, I think you're going to see a much better football team going forward because so many guys have played and gained experience. So we're going to be better. We just got to go through trying times now. But we're not only going to be better on the football field, we're going to be better off the field as well. Because again, look at the big picture. And one thing is associated with the big picture here. One thing is that we're 1-6. And I can't coach consistent programs that are 1-6. That ain't gonna happen. We know we young right now. We know we got some issues right now. That's why we're working. That's why recruits is at the game today. So we're gonna address our issues, and then we're gonna not only address our issues from players, we're gonna look at the whole program. Everything that's under the umbrella got to be evaluated when you're 1-6. But can you do it now? No. End of the year, evaluations take place, decisions get made, and then you begin to see a change in what you're doing with the program. This is really year one for us. I mean, if you look at the landscape of it, this is my first year as the head coach. Think about that. I know I was here last year, but again, that was someone else's football team that you tried to coach. Now you're coaching a football team that you're trying to get to become yours. And that comes with a couple of recruiting classes. That comes with meetings about the entire program and getting it to where you need it to be in order to be successful. And today is unacceptable. We wasn't very good today. And I don't know what the answers are, but they scored more than we did. And at the end of the day, we lost. So now we lost on the scoreboard, but we didn't lose in the locker room. We didn't lose in what we got to do to come back to get better. I love these guys. Why? Because we in this foxhole together. And it's trying times right now, but better days are going to come for the Spartans.
What under that umbrella do you think is still stubborn and is not changing the way you want?
Umbrella's big. I can't sit down and begin to talk about one thing, but the umbrella's big. The umbrella's big. And I'm under the umbrella. So I get evaluated. But I'm evaluating a lot of stuff that's under it as well. So at the end of the day, we got to be in position to make sure that from top to bottom, the program is in a position to be successful. We're going to break ground on remodeling the locker room. That's going to be huge for us. That's a big step forward into saying, you know what? Football is important here. That's a big step because that's going to create just a different level of excitement, not only for our returning players, but for guys that's coming in. And so I think that's going to be big. That's going to be huge for us from a recruiting standpoint. So we understand that. And we understand we're putting pieces together to make sure that we got a good process in place for the football program to be successful. That's all.
And you alluded to it at the beginning. Were you a lot more pleased with the crowd and the atmosphere this year in homecoming?
Very. I thought they were what homecoming should be. We didn't give them the present that they deserve, but it was great to see it. And I think it's great for our university to see it. And the atmosphere, it shows that our world is getting back to what we used to know as normal. And that's great to see. And I hope they can party tonight and be safe and just have a fantastic weekend. But that was great to see today. Very pleased. Wasn't great football to see, but great for our crowd.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.